Hi, I'm Eric. Today we've got this Mazda in the bay, so I can show you how easy it is to add the convenience of remote start to your vehicle with StartX. Compatible with select Mazda vehicles, this kit is fully plug and play. We're confident that using just a few basic tools, you can complete this upgrade to your vehicle in the comfort of your own garage in about an hour. Now let's take a look at what's in the box. We have the remote start module, our vehicle-specific plug-in harness, a pry tool, a warning sticker that lets people know we have a remote starter equipped on the vehicle, and the instruction manual. Let's take a look at the tools we're going to use on today's installation. We're going to use a ratchet with a 10mm socket so we can disconnect the vehicle's negative battery terminal before we begin. A drill with a Phillips bit, the included pry tool, and a pair of crimpers so we can cut our zip ties. Now let's take a closer look at what's also included in our vehicle harness packaging. We have our main vehicle harness, plug-in connectors for the vehicle, connectors for the module. A pin switch is also included, which is not required for the installation. The pin switch's job is to stop the remote starter from functioning if the vehicle's hood is open. Most vehicles have a pin switch, so this is not needed. And a number of zip ties are included for wire management. Before we begin our installation, we're going to disconnect the vehicle's negative battery terminal. Typically, this requires a ratchet with a 10mm socket. Your vehicle may require a different size socket. Loosen the bolt, then slide the connector off. It may help to wiggle it a little bit while removing it. Be sure the cable is away from the terminal. To begin the installation, we'll remove these two Phillips screws below the steering column. Now we want to separate the two halves of the plastic steering column cover. Using a nylon pry tool, carefully insert it between the seam of the two panels. Then carefully pry the two panels apart by pulling the lower section down. Do this on both sides of the steering wheel. Lowering the steering wheel tilt lever will allow us to easily pass the lower plastic half over the lever and remove it from the vehicle. This gives us access to where we will make our connections with our two T-harnesses. Bring the steering wheel out and up as much as possible, then lock it into position. This gives us better access to the two white connectors below the steering wheel. Using a flathead screwdriver, press the latch tab upward and pull the harness toward the front of the vehicle to disconnect it. Repeat this process with the other harness. Now plug the connectors into the female connectors in our T-harness. The two plugs are different sizes, so they'll only plug into the correct positions. Then we tuck this harness inside the dash below the steering wheel. Now, with the latch tabs facing down, plug the two connectors from the T-harnesses into the OEM locations. Here we have our connectors for the remote start module. Now before we can program the module, we need to reconnect the vehicle's negative battery terminal. Connect all the connectors from the harness into the remote start module. wait for the LED on the module to turn solid red. Without pressing the brake pedal, press the vehicle's push to start button twice. The LED on the module should now be flashing green. Wait for the LED on the module to turn solid green. Please be patient as this may take up to 15 minutes. When the LED on the module is solid green, the programming is complete. When the LED goes off, press the vehicle's start button once more to turn the vehicle off. Now we can use the supplied zip ties to secure the module behind the dash. We can connect 2 zip ties end to end, pass them around the module between the 2 harnesses, and secure the module to the factory wiring behind the dash. Trimming off the excess of the zip ties keeps the installation as tidy as possible. When reinstalling the lower portion of the steering wheel column cover, be sure to align this plastic hook into this bracket here below the steering wheel. Slide it forward to the front of the vehicle. When it's past the steering wheel, raise it up, then snap it together with the top half of the cover. Be sure to reinstall the 2 Phillips screws securing the 2 pieces together. And that completes the installation of our StartX remote starter in our Mazda. Now we simply press lock, unlock, lock on our factory key fob, and we can remote start our vehicle. We hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching.